The Cold War didn't end. It simply evolved. And what NATO and AUKUS just did may have just triggered its most dangerous phase yet. You're not just watching history, you're watching it being rewritten in real time, with nuclear submarines, digital alliances, and lines of code more powerful than tanks. From Washington to Canberra, from London to Tokyo, the tectonic plates of power are grinding, and the tremors are global. NATO, once fading in purpose, is now reborn in fire. A UK-US, a strange acronym to some, may be the most disruptive military pact of our time. And in the shadows, agile, tactical alliances working like digital mercenaries in the name of resilience, deterrence, and, yes, dominance. So ask yourself, are we heading toward a smarter security future or racing toward confrontation? This is the global chessboard, and today we're revealing every move in play. Let's rewind. For nearly 3 decades after the Cold War, Western dominance looked secure. The United States led a largely unipolar world, and alliances like NATO focused on peacekeeping, crisis management, and counterterrorism. But history doesn't sleep, it waits. In 2014, Russia annexed Crimea, a chilling echo of expansionism thought buried. The world gasped, but it wasn't enough to shift the paradigm. Then came February 2022. Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, shattering the post-Cold War illusion of security and stability in Europe. Suddenly, alliances weren't theoretical safety nets. They were survival plans. Public trust in neutrality collapsed. Strategic ambiguity was abandoned. Nations ran, not walked, back into the arms of collective defense. Geopolitics flipped overnight, from whispers of peace to the thunder of preparedness. NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, was forged in the crucible of Cold War tension. For years, its relevance was debated, until war came knocking. Finland joined NATO in April 2023, adding over 800 miles of direct border with Russia. Sweden followed in March 2024, completing a historic Nordic realignment. With both on board, the Baltic Sea became a NATO-controlled body of water, what strategists now call the NATO Lake. But this expansion was more than symbolic. It fundamentally shifted Russia's threat calculus. Suddenly, the northern flank, once loosely guarded, became a fortified frontier. And then came the money. Defense budgets surged. In 2014, only 3 countries met NATO's 2% of GDP target. In 2024, 18 countries did. Poland leads the pack, allocating over 4.2% of its GDP to defense. Germany, long accused of military inertia, finally crossed the 2% threshold. This is not just a numbers game. It's about capability, interoperability, and long-term deterrence. It means new F-35 fleets, more robust cyber defense, drone networks, anti-access systems. A NATO that's no longer just a deterrent, but a truly interoperable warfighting machine, ready to act. And with tensions rising from the Arctic to the Black Sea, readiness isn't optional, it's existential. While NATO secures the Atlantic and Arctic, the Indo-Pacific has birthed its own storm. Under a new acronym, a UK-US, Australia, the United Kingdom, the United States. 3 nations, separated by oceans, united by urgency. Announced in 2021, the AUKUS Pact is rewriting naval strategy in the Indo-Pacific. Its crown jewel? Nuclear-powered submarines, not nuclear-armed, but stealthy, fast, and terrifyingly effective. Australia is set to receive at least 3 U.S. Virginia-class subs by 2030. Then, a joint UK-Australian sub, codenamed SSN-AUKUS, will enter service, blending American stealth tech, British design, and Australian intent. This is more than military hardware. It's a historic transfer of nuclear propulsion secrets from one superpower to a non-nuclear ally. And it comes with a price tag. $245 to $368 billion, one of the costliest defense projects in modern history. But the bet is simple. Control the depths and you control the Pacific. Yet submarines are just Pillar 1. Pillar 2 is about digital supremacy, AI, quantum computing, hypersonics, cyber warfare. It's a tech race that defines not just how wars are fought, but whether they're fought at all. The AUKUS alliance isn't just responding to China's aggression, it's preparing for a world where deterrence is digital and silence is strength. Beyond the headlines, a new breed of alliances is quietly shaping global strategy. They're not huge, they're not loud, but they are incredibly effective. These are minilaterals. Think small, agile, task-specific. A kind of alliance special forces unit. The Quad, US, India, Japan, Australia, handles Indo-Pacific stability, maritime security, climate cooperation. I2U2-India, Israel, UAE, and the US-focuses on food security, clean energy, and economic resilience. And then there are trilateral partnerships. India, France, Australia in the Indian Ocean. Japan, Philippines, US in the South China Sea. Each with tailored objectives from supply chain protection to undersea cable security. Why minilaterals? Because speed matters. Bureaucracy kills. These alliances don't need 30 nations to agree. They just move. This new ecosystem is flexible, fast, and born from necessity. And in a world where threats mutate in months, not decades, agility might be the most important weapon. Maybe you're not in government. Maybe you don't wear a uniform. But these alliances shape your daily life. They determine if your country gets access to rare earth minerals, if your gas prices spike because of a naval blockade, if your power grid can survive a cyber attack. They define who dominates global tech and who gets left behind. They can prevent war or trigger it. Global strategy isn't just for think tanks anymore. It's for every citizen who wants to understand why their world feels more volatile, more connected, and more fragile. Because the next time war is declared, it may not be on a battlefield. It might be in the cloud, in your stock market, or on your phone. What NATO and AUKUS just did is not a reaction. It's a declaration that the world has changed, that the rules have changed, that power is once again being consolidated, not just by military size, but by speed, trust, and innovation. But this transformation comes at a cost. More capability means more provocation. More deterrence invites more testing. And layered alliances create a tighter web, where one spark could ignite a global fire. So where does that leave us? Some say we're returning to Cold War logic. Others argue we're entering something even more unpredictable, a multipolar standoff with no clear rules. But one thing is certain, this isn't a theoretical future. It's unfolding now, in parliament meetings, in shipyards, in cyberspace. And the choices made today will define our peace or conflict for decades to come. So don't look away. Subscribe for deeper dives. Comment below. Do you believe these alliances will preserve peace or provoke the next great conflict? Like this video if you believe understanding geopolitics is no longer optional. This is the global chessboard, and every move counts.